Good evening. The City Council will convene on Thursday, September 28th, 2023, to hold a regular meeting at 7:30 p.m. in the library at Higgins Middle School, 85 Perkins Street, Peabody, Mass., for the purpose of discussing any and all business via in-person and remote participation in accordance with Chapter 40A of the Massachusetts General Laws. Remote participation is allowed in accordance with Chapter 2 of Acts 2023, signed into law by Governor Healy on March 29th, 2023, suspending the certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law, Section 30A, Section 18. Alternative public access to this meeting shall be provided in the following manner. 1. The meeting will be televised via Peabody Access Television. 2. Real-time public comments during public hearings can be addressed to the Peabody City Council utilizing the Zoom virtual meeting software for remote access. This application will allow users to view the meeting and make comments or questions to the chair via the audio option. Please join me in a moment of silence. And now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Councilor Gould. Councilors, you heard the motion from Councilor Gould. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor? Is there discussion on that, Councilor? Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor Gamache.
Yes, if I may, under suspension of the rules, we have a gentleman here this evening that is going to be appointed to the Cable Commission. He is here, and I'd like to go to Communication 7B. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Gamache. Councilors, you heard the motion to receive Communication 7B. No, we don't have to receive it. Sorry. I'm going to go right to the mayor on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Council, for the courtesy. I'm very happy to bring forward Mr. Howard Karras to be appointed to the Cable Commission. Mr. Karras is a lifelong resident of Peabody, graduated Peabody High School, and he raised his family here, his 2 children along with his wife, and been very active in the community, has a good background that I think could be a great asset for the work that's taking place on the Cable Commission. We do have some incredibly important work coming up with Comcast, where I think Mr. Karras will be able to help greatly. Our 10-year agreement expires in 2025, still 2 years away, but there's a great deal of work that has to take place in that 2 years in order to move forward with another license agreement. So we actually had a brief meeting today with the chairman of the committee, Mr. Tom Pappas, to go over some of the items that are coming up regarding that license renewal, and that'll be starting in November. And I think, again, Mr. Karras, with his experience and his love for the city, I think would be a great asset for that board. So very happy to bring him forward. Mr. Karras is here today, and certainly give him the opportunity, if it's okay, Mr. Chairman, to...
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Karras.
Mayor Betancourt and members of the council, I'd like to thank you all for this opportunity to present myself. As the mayor said, I'm pretty much a lifelong resident of the city. We moved back into the city in September of '92, and unfortunately, we've had a very long and eventful relationship with all of the cable companies since Adams Russell. And when I say eventful, we've had many situations where we've gone months and even sometimes a couple of years on some problems. And mostly the problem is because we got an easement down my driveway, which is where their main cable feed comes. So it's always an issue. Even when they dug up my driveway, they broke a cable and everything else. The big problem that I'm having is that most recently we had an issue with cable that it took about 6 months to resolve. For the first 6 weeks, they kept insisting it was in my house. When I finally discovered what was going on, we found out that it extended far wide into Middlesex County and maybe even southern New Hampshire. And the only reason why we discovered this is because of the skill set that I've had over the 40 years that I was a programmer and an analyst, that it gave me the opportunity to be able to dig and try to find out things and retain little bits of information that all the technicians would tell me, not thinking that they were telling me anything. Until I got them back to North Corner, got the information, sent a problem report to the Cable Commission itself, and we finally got technicians down to find out what the problems were and get it resolved. because of that, when I was talking to Tom Pappas, I found out there was a position open on the committee, and I thought maybe I'd like to be able to join and see if I could take all of my skills and apply them to the commission. So I really appreciate the opportunity and hope you'll consider me.
Thank you, Mr. Karas. Geez, hearing Adams Russell, that name made me think of From the Press Box. Councilor Manning, mind you remember Nick Spiliotis and Lou Sosimo? Everybody remembers those days. Geez, Adams Russell. But I did want to mention, I think in the appointment, it says alternate. We actually just recently had a gentleman that had to resign because of work commitment. So actually, Mr. Karas I'd ask that he be sworn in as a regular member. And I did want to mention, anybody that might be interested in the Cable Commission, we do have 2 alternate positions open, as well as a couple of other committees. So please, anybody that's interested in serving in a volunteer capacity on one of the committees, very much needed, and hope you take that opportunity. Please reach out to me or any of the city councils that could help you with that. So again, very happy to bring Mr. Karas forward, but I did want to point out that it would be an appointment for a full member.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you very much, Mr. Karas. So I'd like to take a motion for the appointment of Howard Karas as a cable commissioner.
At this time, I move approval on the application for Howard Karas, 41 Hampshire Road, Peabody, Mass., to the position of Cable Commission regular member. Is that term to expire the same? Term to expire 12/31/2024. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Gamache. Councilor, you heard the motion. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Manning Martin,
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
Rozignol,
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
McGinn, Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you, councilors. Moving on, we have no hearings this evening, so we're going to move to reports of committees. First up, Public Service Committee, Councilor Turco.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. President, tonight we had a Public Services Subcommittee. The subject matter was proposed by Councilor Gould regarding the planting of trees and also some additional commentary on how we could help with the backlog of removal of trees. Brian Grant and Jen Davis came before the committee. All members of the committee were present, and all council members were present. It was a pretty good discussion. A lot of questions about from Councilor Peach about whether there's a separate list of dangerous limbs that or trees that would need to be removed prior to the winter, and also some education for the residents on where they would go if they wanted to file a claim for a city tree that damaged property and their property and had been previously reported. And for the record, that is can be filed with the clerk's office and then handled by Mary Martin at City Hall to forward through the insurance carriers. Brian Grant let us know that he had 121 current trees on his list for removal, increasing every day, 245 stump removals, and a rather large pruning list. The approximate cost to catch up on all that work would be $441,000. Each councilor let the tree department know how thankful they were for their response time. Council Melville and Council McGinn brought up the Gateway Cities opportunities, which Jen Davis said she had just discussed with Rep. Walsh for the planting of trees. Council Melville let us know that some of the work involved with those plantings would also be covered in addition to the cost of the trees. Ms. Davis said that she would move forward, as Councilor McGinn said, it's a very tight window. She would move forward with a request to the state to receive help. I won't go through everything here, but that's the gist of it. Ultimately, we ended the meeting with a motion, I believe it was a co-motion with Councilor Gamache and Councilor Gould, to request that the mayor appropriate $100,000 if able to subsidize the outside services account for the tree department. That motion passed unanimously from the subcommittee, and I bring it forward to the full committee.
Thank you, Councilor Turco. Councilors, you heard the motion. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Minnie Martin,
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Rozignol.
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
McGinn. Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
No further comments, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Turco. Now moving on to Legal Affairs Committee, Councilor O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Legal Affairs Committee met earlier this evening. In attendance were committee members, Councilors McGinn, Councilors Melville, Councilors Peach, and Councilor Turco, as well as all other members of the City Council. The only agenda item was the approval for the city to take by friendly eminent domain the property known as 166-R Main Street. We were joined by Mayor Ted Betancourt, City Solicitor Don Kahn, Finance Director Mike Gingras, as well as Community Development Member Brendan Callahan. And those folks had been working on this project, the River Walk, for quite a few years, as well as other people throughout the city. And the mayor gave an overview of that project, the parcels that have been acquired over the last few years, and how this parcel will fit into it. It actually will run from the post office downtown to the Salem border with Peabody. The purchase price of $630,000, the mayor talked about how it was agreed upon with the seller of the property, and that and as well as Don Kahn, the city solicitor, mentioned that the agreements, as this purchase price will not change. There will be no future callback by any member. It's set in it so that $630,000. There'll be no further dispute regarding the purchase price. The actual amount, Council Turco asked the question about the actual, where the monies were coming for this property. And it's coming from, $450,000 of the purchase price is coming from a block grant from the state, and $185,000 will ultimately come from the city account used for the sale and purchase of real estate. The part of it was, sorry, one thing that was brought up is certainly there's been a lot of people who've worked on this, Riverwalk project, but there was special note and appreciation for the efforts of Brendan Callahan, not only on just the overall project, but his work in acquiring grants. So there were two motions out of that committee hearing, and the first motion was a vote for the acquisition of the land. That motion passed with a positive vote of 5-0. I now bring that forth for the council's full consideration. Motion, be it ordered that the City Council of the City of Peabody hereby, that the City Council of the City of Peabody, on behalf of the city, and by virtue of and in accordance with the authority of the provisions of Chapter 79 of the Massachusetts General Laws as amended, and the City Code of the City of Peabody, Massachusetts, Part 1, Charter Section 35, Condemnation of Land for Municipal Purpose, and of any and every other power and authority which is hereunto in any way enabling, adopts an order of taking, to acquire, for preservation of open space, and to facilitate passive recreation, together with the attendant customary purposes and uses, and for all appurtenances related thereto, take fee ownership interest in the parcels of land known and numbered 166 Rear Main Street, Peabody, Essex County, Massachusetts, the property, and more particularly described in a deed dated September 27th, 2002, from Bob Cat Tanning Company, Incorporated, to Riverwalk Place, LLC, recorded with the Essex South Registry of Deeds at Book 19564, page 291, and to accomplish the foregoing, execute the order of taking presented to us this day by council, and further award $635,000 as damages for such taking to the land affected by said taking in the City Council, September 29th, 2023. Oh, September 28th, 2023. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor O'Neill. Councilors, you've heard the motion from Councilor O'Neill. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Minnie Martin,
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Rozignol.
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
McGinn. Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Councilor O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. President. The second motion from the committee meeting was an approval of taking an award of damages. That motion was made by Councilor McGinn, as was the first one, and the vote was in favor 5-0. I now bring that forward to the full council's consideration. Approval of taking an award of damages. Ordered that the City Council of the City of Peabody hereby take such action as is necessary to acquire by eminent domain the easements in the parcels of land in Peabody, Essex County, Massachusetts, the property, and more particularly described in an order of taking presented to us this day by council to effectuate the Riverwalk project and to award $635,000 as damages for such taking to the land affected by said taking in accordance with the schedule of awards set forth in said taking in the City Council September 28th, 2023. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor O'Neill. Councilor, you heard the motion from Councilor O'Neill. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach,
Yes.
Manning Martin,
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
Rozignol,
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville.
Yes.
McGinn,
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Thank you, Mr. President. That concludes my report.
If you wouldn't mind, Councilor O'Neill, before we move on from you, would you mind accepting late communication 1 and 3 as it pertains to legal affairs?
Thank you, Mr. President. I forgot about that. We like to make a motion to approve late communication 1 and late communication 3. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor O'Neill. Councilor, you heard the motion. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Thank you, Councilor O'Neill. Moving on to the Finance Committee, Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Finance Committee of the City Council met earlier this evening. Present for the committee were Councilors Gamache, Gould, Manning, Martin, Turco, and myself as chair. All other councilors were present. There were several items on the agenda. The first was transfer of funds, capital equipment, an amount of $185,000. This was a holdover item from the last Finance Committee meeting where there was a little bit of confusion on the date. That was clarified tonight by Ms. Gingras, who basically used a prior template. And there was the question that was raised by Councilor Turco at the last meeting as to whether or not this was a duplicate. This is actually an additional truck to specifically answer his question. So with that explanation, Mr. President, there was a motion made by Councilor Gould as follows. Move to approve transfer requests, Brooksby Farm revolving account number 260-000-035-603, an amount of $185,000 to capital equipment, account number 300-000-0058506, 2024-0000006620, an amount of $185,000. Mr. President, that motion passed the Finance Committee unanimously. I now bring for consideration of the full council. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor McGinn. Councilor, you heard the motion from Councilor McGinn. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Manning Martin,
Yes.
Gould.
Yes.
Rozignol,
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville. McGinn,
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next item on the agenda was transfer of funds requests for various departments and water and sewer enterprises and the skating rink salaries for various amounts. This was presented to us by Ms. Gingras, and he indicated that this is a result of, or needed to settle retroactive amounts based on agreements that have been reached with the unions. With that explanation, there was a motion made by Councilor Gould as follows. Move to approve salary reserve account number 10001320519252023, $368,232, and water and sewer current revenue account number 4600000422121, an amount of $161,722, and recreation expense current revenue account number 4406990425511, an amount of $6,459, for a total of $536,413, and transfer that to various departments' salaries in accordance with the attached list to the communication from His Honor the Mayor dated August 30th, 2023, in an amount of $368,232, and Water and Sewer Enterprise, account number 460-44005110, in an amount of $14,755, and account number 460-44205110, an amount of $146,967,000, and skating rink salaries, account number 440-6990-5111, an amount of $6,459, for a total of $436,413. Mr. President, that motion passed the Finance Committee unanimously. I now bring it for consideration of the full council. So moved.
Thank you, Councilman McGinn. Just to clarify, was it, I think you had mentioned 436, is it 536, 413?
If I misspoke, the total is 536,413. That is correct.
Thank you, Councilman McGinn. Councilors, you've heard the motion from Councilman McGinn. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach,
Yes.
Manning Martin,
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
Rozignol,
Yes.
Gamache,
Yes.
Melville, McGinn,
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next item on the agenda was transfer fund requests, salaries in the amount of $42,765. This was explained again by Mr. Gingras as it relates to another collective bargaining agreement settlement with the related to the library. With that explanation, a motion was made by Committee Member Councilor Gould as follows: move to approve the transfer request from salary reserve account number 10013205192520223 in an amount of $42,765 to salaries account number 10060105110 in an amount of $42,765. Mr. President, that motion passed the Finance Committee unanimously, and I now bring it for consideration of the full council. So moved.
Thank you, Councilor McGinn. Councilors, you heard the motion. On the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach,
Yes.
Manning Martin,
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
Rozignol,
Yes.
Gamache,
Yes.
Melville, McGinn,
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. Last item on the agenda was another transfer request for various departments and enterprise groups in various amounts, which was presented to us from by Mr. Gingras, Director of Finance. The explanation here was it's a retroactive payment similar to the prior transfer request, but these related to ordinance employees that were not part of the collective bargaining unit. With that explanation, a motion was made by Councilor Gould as follows: move to approve salary reserve transfer from salary reserve account number 1000123205192520223 in an amount of $185,153. Brooksby revolving account number 2600000356603 in an amount of $8,173. Tilly's revolving account number 2600000356615 in an amount of $7,937. Current revenue water and sewer enterprise account number 4600000422121 account an amount of $22,532, and current revenue recreation expense recreation enterprise account number 4400000422121 an amount of $20,671, totaling $244,466 to various department salaries in accordance with the list attached to the communication from His Honor the Mayor dated August 30th, 2023, in an amount of $185,153, and Brooksby salaries, account number 10066205110, in an amount of $8,173, and Tilly's salaries, account number 10066405110, in an amount of $7,937, and sewer salaries, account number 4604400511110, in an amount of $2,474, and water salaries, account number 4604420511110, in an amount of $20,058, and skating rink salaries, account number 4406990511110, in an amount of $9,328, and Golf Grounds Salaries, account number 440-699-555-1110, an amount of $6,827. And Golf Clubhouse Salaries, account number 440-699-85-1110, in an amount of $4,516, for a total amount of $244,466. Mr. President, that motion passed the Finance Committee unanimously. I now bring it for consideration of the full council. So moved.
Thank you, Counsel McGinn. Councilors, you've heard the motion from Counsel McGinn on the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Manning Martin.
Yes.
Gould,
Yes.
Rozignol.
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville. McGinn,
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Counsel McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. That completes the report of committee.
Thank you, Counsel McGinn. Moving on to motions, orders, and resolutions. Counsel Turco.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive and approve all papers being in order. Item 9A, Higgins Middle School PTO banner request.
Thank you, Counsel Turco. Councilors, you heard the motion on the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Counsel Turco.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive and approve item 9B, block party request for Ward 1, 15 batch elder to 30 batch elder, and if there's no objection from Councilor O'Neill, 5 to 8 Glen Drive also. All papers being in order.
Thank you, Counsel Turco. Councilors, you heard the motion on the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Counsel Turco.
No further motions.
Thank you, Counsel Turco. Counsel Daigle.
Thank you, Mr. President. Since Councilor Turco stole my items for the second consecutive meeting, I just want to make a public service announcement about, thank you, Higgins Middle School, for hosting us tonight. The microphones are fantastic so far. There is an event here this Saturday called the Bicycle Bash from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There will be Celtics entertainment, including Lucky the Leprechaun, raffles, and a helmet giveaway. The Peabody Police wanted to invite not only the counselors, but the general public. As of last weekend, they had close to 1,000 people signed up, so it might be busy, but all are welcome, and come and practice some bicycle safety. That's all. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Counsel Daigle. Counsel O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. President. No motions this evening.
Thank you, Counsel O'Neill. Counsel Peach.
Thank you, Mr. President. No motions this evening.
Thank you, Counsel Peach. Counsel Manning Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Under suspension of the rules, motion to receive item 7A and refer to finance. So moved.
Thank you, Counsel Manning Martin. Councilors, you heard the motion on the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Counsel Manning Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No further motions, but I would like to, through you to the clerk, to set up a municipal safety meeting. I'll need about a half an hour for that Mount Vernon petition, safety and traffic issues. Thank you. No further motions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Counsel Manning Martin. Counsel Gould.
No motions, but I'd like to also schedule an industrial community development meeting at your convenience, Allison, please. Thank you, Mr. President. No motions.
Thank you, Counsel Gould. Counsel Rossignol.
No motions this evening. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Counsel Rossignol. Counsel Gamache.
No motions this evening.
Thank you, Counsel Gamache. Counsel Melville. Thank you, Counsel Melville. Counsel McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 10A and adopt as advertised. So moved.
Thank you, Counsel McGinn. Counsel, you heard the motion on the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Counsel McGinn. I apologize. That's a roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Manning Martin. Gould.
Yes.
Rozignol.
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville. McGinn.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Thank you, Councilors. Counsel McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 10B and adopt as advertised. So moved.
Thank you, Counsel McGinn. Councilors, you heard the motion on the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilors Turco,
Yes.
Daigle,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Peach.
Yes.
Manning Martin. Gould.
Yes.
Rozignol.
Yes.
Gamache.
Yes.
Melville. McGinn.
Yes.
Welton.
Yes.
Motion carries 11-0.
Thank you, Councilors. Counsel McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under suspension of the rules, move to receive item 8A and refer to the Ad hoc Committee on Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy. So moved. And Mr. President, on the motion, this is an update from Community Development on the progress towards achieving the Green Communities designation. And I just would add that by our action tonight on adopting as advertised item 10B, which is the stretch code, we've completed criteria 5 on this. So thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor McGinn, and thank you for the explanation. And on the motion, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, any opposed? It's a vote. Councilor McGinn.
Thank you, Mr. President. If there's nothing else, I would move to adjourn.
Thank you, Councilor McGinn. Councilor, you heard the motion from Councilor McGinn. Any discussion? Seeing none, we are adjourned.